If you are looking for a fun and colorful Mother's Day card to gift to mom this year, then you are in luck. I absolutely adore how this Soda Crush Mother's Day card came out. These stamps are from scrapbook.com, and you're going to start. Make sure that you have watercolor paper and stamp your soda can in black ink. And then you're also going to stamp the straw in black ink. And cut that out from your paper just to make it easier to work with. And now we are going to watercolor it. You can get a list of all of the Tombow markers that I used in the link in the description below. But essentially I'm going to start from light to dark. So we're going to start with this light yellow. And you want to make sure that your brush strokes, you go with the curve of the can. So use the bottom of the can and then right under the rim as kind of your guidelines for how to sweep your brush, because you want those lines to be going in the same direction. And when you are adding the color, make sure that you leave the little tab and then also the open mouth of the can white for now. And you're going to start going back in with the darker yellow, and you want to bring that, but not all the way to the center. So close to the center, but not all the way. And you can see where there's the gap in that top kind of rung of the soda can. Use that as your guideline for where the light is hitting, because that's why that gap is there. So you kind of want to align your lighter areas with that. And then obviously anywhere where there is cross hatching, those areas are going to be darker. Now you're going to go back in with your orange. And then this time you are just really trying to hit those edges, and then anything that would be really dark. So the very bottom of the can and right under the lip of the can. All of that needs to be gone over with this darker orange. Lastly, you're going to color in your tab and the mouth with gray. And then I also went over the bottom and some of the cross hatching with gray. Now you're going to take just a little bit of your orange. You don't need much because you're just coloring the straw in. Again, you want it to be darker on the bent side of the straw, so on the end side. To the right, that's the part that you want to make sure is darker, and then it can be lighter on the opposite of that. All right, once it's dry, you're going to run it through your cutting machine with the corresponding die. And for the straw, make sure you're choosing the small die with the details in it. Don't choose the one that just does the outline of the straw. Again, run that through your machine. Okay, now I'm using these Tim Holtz the 6 Thinlits dies, and we're using the honeycomb one. And then we're also using the teal green color from this A2 cardstock pack. You want to place your teal on there and then line up your honeycombs in the bottom right corner. Run that through your machine and pop out all those little hexagons. Then you're going to repeat it in the top left corner. You want to make sure that you line it up so that you have about the same size gap from the edge. And again, you just want to pop out all of the hexagons, get those out of there. And if you want, you can throw them away. I'm choosing to keep mine because you can use them in shaker cards and future projects. Okay, now we're going to use this You Crushed It stamp. And then we are also using the mom stamp from this Starseed set. And you want to line them up one over top of the other, so that you crushed it on the bottom and then the mom over top of that. And then you're going to ink it with black ink and stamp it right onto the front of your soda can. Now we're going to glue the honeycomb paper to the front of the card. Just use liquid glue. I didn't worry too much about the honeycombs, just getting that top edge and some of the center, and then going back in with more glue, and again just hitting the edges, because the honeycomb part is not going to come off. And now we're going to attach some pretty pink ribbon. You're going to run it diagonal, and you can see I left a little bit of a gap between that and the cutout part of the front, and do the same with a second piece of ribbon. And I just attach those with my glue runner. Already it's looking so pretty. Then you're just going to trim up the edges so that they're flush with the edge of the card. All right, now you're going to use a craft knife to cut along the mouth of the can. And I tried really hard to kind of show you the gap. It's very, very difficult to show on the camera. But you can see there's just a little gap. You just need something that's big enough to slide your straw through. And then we are going to secure the straw in place with a foam mounting square. And then you're going to add a few more to the rest of the soda can. And you just remove the backs. This little tool is super cool, by the way. I've got a whole set of them from Amazon, and it's just a little craft knife, but it is in a clicky pen. So it's just really convenient little tool. Then you're going to mount that slightly diagonal to the front of the card. Now we're going to make the inside of the card, again using just a pink sheet of paper from this A2 pad. And you want to cut it, and you actually want to cut it slightly over half. So don't cut it totally in half, cut it slightly bigger than half. Then you're going to mount that to the inside of your card with your glue runner and make sure it's centered. Then we're going to use these stamps, and we're using the Happy Mother's Day. Those are 3 separate stamps that you can piece together, and you can see that I'm lining them up on the acrylic block to get the look that I want. Then you're going to ink it with black ink and stamp it right in the center of your pink cardstock. Lastly, you're going to finish it off with some gems on the front. I used various shades of green and yellow. You just need a few, helps it feel a little less plain. And that's it. How much fun is this card? I absolutely love this idea of being like, Mom, you totally crushed it this year. Happy Mother's Day. There's something so incredibly awesome about that. Plus, it is Very, very easy to make and so super cute. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below and subscribe for more awesome card tutorials. Thanks, guys.